How you doing? My name is Nico, and this is Cooking My Way. Today we're going to make some Italian bread. Your opening today comes from Cat Girl.
Close enough. Okay, we are making bread, which I don't think that's fun at all, but we will have to make it. Boo-hoo.
All right, thank you very much. In the bowl here, I have 3 cups of bread flour. I'm going to use one of those little Fleshman's Rapid Rise yeast packages. Just one package of that. Put the whole thing right in there in the middle. Actually, it doesn't matter where it goes because we're going to mix it around. So, anyways, this is 2 teaspoons of sugar. You don't have to be exact teaspoons, but get them close. I'm going to use just a pinch of salt. You don't have to stick the salt in there, but I always do, so I do it. Just use your fingers to mix this around. You just want to get a nice, good mix on there. What we're going to stick in here now is 1 cup of warm water, 110, 100 to 110 degrees. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons, as I'm doing right here, of olive oil. Trooper's in the background. He likes this because he loves toast for the breakfast. He likes to help you eat the crust. But anyways, you just want to bring this together with the spatula or your fingers or whatever. And we're going to turn this out onto the counter here. You can do it however you want. But I need to knead this for 10 minutes. And you see all the extra bits and pieces and parts. And I put a little bit of flour down on the counter there. All this end up after 10 minutes. It got sucked right into the bread. There wasn't one spot of extra flour out there, and it came out pretty good. Anyways, this is after about 10 minutes of doing just that. You can see the board's clean there, and that was just from rolling this thing up. Anyways, roll it up into a ball. We're going to stick it into a lightly oiled bowl. So that looks nice and pretty there. Bowl just has a little bit of olive oil in there. You're going to put a little bit on top of the your ball of dough there because you don't want a skin to form on it. It's just the easiest way I know how to do it. Put that in there. You can cover it with saran wrap, tin foil, whatever. It's going to need to be in there for about an hour. I'm just using a clean, dish towel. This is after about 45, 50 minutes. I'm going to knock this down. You don't need to abuse it, just, trying to redistribute some of the yeast in there. And what I actually did, even though you can't see this, is that I made this from here. I rolled this out and put it into and rolled it over on top of itself. So I just made another log out of it. But Cat Girl's back to help me put on some cornmeal in our pan here. As you can see the bread over there, cover it when you're not doing anything with it here. Just keep it covered so that air kind of stays off of the top of it so it doesn't form that skin that we talked about earlier. But you don't have to be perfect with this. What doesn't stick to the piece of bread is just going to remain in the pan, and if you have a lot that's stuck to the bottom of the bread, pick it up, bounce it a couple of times, and it's going to knock right off. No big deal. Anyways, you can see here is where I rolled it up on top of itself, and got about 3 rolls out of it. Anyways, shape it into the form of a baguette or whatever you want to shape it into. Pinch your ends there, make it happy. We're going to let it rise again in the pan for about an hour. This is an important step, don't miss it. Anyways, this is after about an hour. Now, I happen to have one of these little bread carving things. I don't know where it came from. I think it came from a fancy food show. But anyways, you can use a knife, you can use scissors. It doesn't really matter. But you want to open this thing up a little bit on top because just help it expand while it's cooking. Get everything happy in there. So whichever method you do, just do a couple slits. You can just do one long one right down the middle. Doesn't matter. I just think it looks cool. So anyways, sometimes I carve my name in there. Just makes everybody in the house happy. But anyways, this is an egg wash. Just 1 egg white mixed with a tablespoon of water. I'm using one of those silicone things here because the old bristle ones, just throw it away. Go get one of these. They're not very expensive. They work really well and they clean up extremely well where the other ones don't. Anyways, once you're done with that, this is going to go into a 375 degree oven for 25 to 35 minutes, depending on your oven. Here it is coming out of mine after 29 minutes. I know it was done because when I knocked on it, it sounded very hollow, which is exactly what we wanted. So it's done now. I'm going to put it on a wire rack for about an hour before we do anything to it. There's the bottom. You can see the seam where I rolled it on top of itself. And there I am thumping it, and it was nice and hollow. So just let it sit there. It came out to turn out really good toast. But if I can do this, you can too. So give it a try and have fun out there.